I don't think about it. About you leaving me.
Hello everyone, so we are starting our kitchen makeover very soon, and that means that it's finally time to build our custom kitchen shelves. So let me take some measurements and I'll tell you my plans for these amazing shelves. So the shelves are gonna stick out the same depth as this table, but I want them to go from one end of the wall to the other. So I came up with this idea to make the shelves curved. So that way we don't have any corners sticking out, especially in this walkway where it's a little tight. And if it came all the way out the same depth, there really would only be about this much space to walk through. Where if it curves, it's just gonna stick out exactly how much it is right here and then curve in so that you still have plenty of space in the walkway. It's not really gonna obstruct the walkways any more than this table already does. So according to my measurements, each shelf is gonna be slightly over 4 foot 4 inches long. So it's like 4 foot 4 inches and 3/4 of an inch. And to make sure that these shelves are all gonna be the exact same size, I'm gonna create a template before I cut anything out of any of the pieces of wood. So the first step is to create that template. To do that, I'm gonna start by cutting my piece of wood to size. That way I can easily trace the piece of wood onto my template and then create the curve shape by hand.
Are you hearing my words? I'm saying to you, 'cause I'm looking in your eyes. You're looking past mine, but I'm just trying to break this cycle. Why are you staring at the door like I'm in the way? If you're leaving, that's fine. Don't forget your pride. 'Cause I'm just trying to break this cycle.
Now that I've traced my template onto my piece of wood, I can cut the shape out with a jigsaw. And this obviously doesn't look great yet, and that's why we need to sand it. I grabbed my orbital sander and sanded the jagged edges with 40 grit sandpaper. I'm going to be sanding the full shelves in a little bit, but I just wanted to start by getting rid of the jagged edges first. And here's how the shelf looks after I sanded the jagged edges away. Again, not totally perfect yet because we're going to perfect it later. Instead of tracing the template onto the next two boards, I decided to take the first shelf with the shape already cut out and place it on top and use that as a template, and then repeated the process that I did with the first shelf with the next two shelves. Now it's time to perfect the shape of these shelves with sanding. I'm going to start by sanding the entire thing with 80 grit sandpaper, then 120 grit sandpaper, and finally 220 grit. I'm not only smoothing out the wood board itself to make it super smooth, I'm also perfecting the curve shape of the shelves, making sure that it's extremely smooth. I'm also rounding out the sharp edges. So when you get a new piece of wood, the corners are very sharp, but I want them all to be very rounded out and smooth, almost as if I cut this out using a routing tool. Now I wipe the sanding dust away and it's time to use pre-stain. Never want to skip this step if you want your stain to be nice and smooth with no blotchiness. After the pre-stain dries and I lightly sand the shelf one more time with 220 grit sandpaper, I'm finally ready to use my Jacobean stain on the entire shelf. I ended up using 3 coats of the stain to get the color exactly how I wanted it. Here's how it looks after 3 coats of stain, and now it's time to protect the shelves with polyurethane. I did 3 coats of this too and lightly sanded between each coat. The shelves are done and look how good they look. Now I have 3 of these shelves to hang up just like this. These are the brackets I'm using to hang up the shelves, and these are going to be mostly hidden. You can either install them with the shelf sitting right here, or you can flip them over and install them with this being underneath the shelf. But I want them to be as hidden as possible, so we're going to be hanging them like this, and the shelf is going to be sitting on top. The only issue with installing them like this is that then they would sit about a centimeter off of the wall. I want the wood shelf itself to be perfectly flush with the wall. Because of that, I'm gonna cut out a piece that's the exact size of this part of the bracket. When I put it up against here, there's gonna be a tiny little notch taken out that's gonna allow this and this to be flush with each other. Therefore, this will sit flush against the wall. To make them blend in even better, I'm gonna be spray painting these dark brown so that the part that you do see underneath the shelf, and the part that you do see above the shelf is gonna be as close to this color as possible. That way they blend into the wood a little better. To make my notches in my shelves, I'm going to mark out where I want my brackets to be, which is 22.5 inches apart. And then I'm gonna trace the depth and the length of the brackets onto the shelves where I want them to be cut out. And all I have to do is cut those notches out with my multi-tool, and the brackets will fit perfectly in the shelves and it'll be flush against the wall. Now it's time to install these, and they're gonna sit flush against the wall because we made these cutouts that the brackets are gonna sit into. And each shelf is gonna be supported by 2 brackets drilled directly into the studs. So let's get these brackets drilled in because I am ready to see how these shelves look in this space. This was the moment when I realized that I made a very big mistake. The studs that I marked out on the wall and the notches in the shelf weren't lining up. And I don't know how I did that, because I marked them on the wall before I even cut the notches out, so I could use the marked studs as a template on where to cut the notches out. But yet here we are. Shoot. That was a mistake. Is it smarter to drill them into the shelf first? Probably. Okay, so let's try that again, now that we actually have figured it out. So I guess there's only gonna be 2 holes drilled. I didn't think about that, now that they're... Okay, so since I messed up, we're actually gonna have to drill them not into the studs. We're gonna have to use these wall anchors instead. As you can see, another mishap was had. After struggling to get the first shelf installed, finally got it, but then I realized my mistake where I did not have the curve perfectly lined up with each side of the wall. That won't do, so we're starting over. So since I now have large holes drilled into the walls, I'm just gonna lower the shelves about 2 inches so they're nowhere near the original holes, and I'm gonna use the other wall anchors instead of these giant ones that you have to drill into the wall. And then it's mostly smooth sailing from here. I've got to stop doing things like Friday after work because I feel like I'm literally losing my mind. So I decided to unscrew this so that I can just put 2 more screws in each of these brackets, because I was like, well, how do I put 4 screws in here if the brackets are already on the shelf? Because you're supposed to attach them first, but obviously I just wanted to line them up with the cutouts for the brackets, so my mind was like all over the place. Also, just ignore these holes.
That's a good looking drill.
Thanks, babe.
Wow.
I did it.
First try.
Yeah, first try.
To all the DIYers at home, that was a first take.
Yeah, that feels pretty sturdy now. So after all the mishaps with the first shelf, I finally got my method down with the second shelf. I put the level on top of the shelf, put it into position, and then I marked the holes in the bracket on the wall where I'm going to screw them in. Then I removed the shelf from the brackets, lined the brackets up with the holes on the wall, and marked the 2 bottom holes on each bracket, and then was able to screw all 4 screws into the brackets and then reattach the shelves. So installing the shelves was a bit tricky. It's like crazy that was the hardest part. Like I built them from scratch with ease, but then it comes to installing them and I struggled so hard with that. I don't know. But anyway, now we're at the fun part, which is styling the shelves. I have some ideas of what I want to put on these shelves, so let's just get started. And if you can hear Ash panting, that's because we just went on a walk with both the dogs and it's quite hot out there, so he's just panting nonstop now. So I know I want this bottom shelf to be basically the same as what the table was. before. So we're gonna start by putting the plant here. This was not on the table before, but I had this on the counter, so I thought that maybe we can clear up some space on the counter too. It's a candy jar, and I have some dark chocolate in there. Put that right here. Have a little space in this corner. We can put the tea here, and I'm sure there's a cuter way to display these, and eventually we can get to that, but for now we're just gonna put them in the corner over here so they're nice and easily accessible. This is a canister of tea, like a tin of tea. We could get like a couple other tins like that for each of our teas that we like. That would be a cute thing to have on display too, a little cuter than just like a cardboard box. Just kind of tuck Alexa right here. Oh, she heard me? How did she hear me? And then on this next shelf, I really want to put like some coffee and matcha items, plus like some baking items up here too. So it's kind of gonna be like almost an open style pantry. I had these oats on the counter before, and now that we have this, I can have them up here and get them off of the counter. I'm gonna take the recipe box that was on the table before and put it up here. I think that makes sense on like our baking shelf. And the cabinet that these were in before was just jam-packed. There was no space for anything. So getting some of these more cute items, like they're in the glass jar, they have the label, getting those out on display instead of having them tucked away is gonna open up some space. We also have a big thing of flour, but I think that's too large to have out here. So we're just gonna keep that in the cabinet. And I have these cute, I love these measuring cups. I bought these at Anthropologie long before I even went to college. Because I used to do that, like I would find something at like Anthropologie or another home store and be like, oh my God, I want this for when I am older. And some things I'm like, well, that's not my style anymore. But these little cat measuring cups will always be my style. So put those out on display because they're worthy of it. We got our coffee makers, 2 different kinds. We can just put those right there. And then for my matcha items, I have this little jar and I put my little wooden spoon and my whisk in there that I use to make my matcha, and then my glass that I use to drink my matcha. I figured these never really had a space. I use them literally every day. I never put them away, so now they have like a proper place. And then something else I was thinking about for this shelf, maybe 1 or 2 or even 3 like frames, just to add a little more height on this wall, because right now everything's kind of the same height, like 1 or 2 or maybe a mini gallery wall. As for this top one, I don't think I have what I want for it yet, so we're definitely gonna have to do some thrifting. Maybe 2 frames, maybe do some cookbooks up there. I'm gonna go to the thrift store and just see what I can find. But here's how it looks now. If you wanna see the complete styling of these shelves, make sure you check out my next video, which is my kitchen makeover, and then in that video I will show you the final results of these styled shelves. So let me know what you think of the shelves. I really love the way that they turned out. I cannot wait for you guys to see the entire kitchen makeover, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
I don't think about it. About